About 5 or 6 years ago, North Lakes Academy had a need to address a gap in student design at the upper school level of what type of students we were graduating and what skills they were lacking. And really this focused a lot on the idea of the student perception of what comes next for them.
I think one of the things with the soft skills and social emotional pieces is that prior to the last few years where everybody's jumped on this bandwagon is that it wasn't consciously thought about with kids. It wasn't teaching kids to think how to think or to learn how to think or to think through why their emotions are the way they are or think through what skills you actually need.
One of the first ones that we have covered here this year so far was a great lesson about relevance, which the students sometimes have the difficulty finding in some of their other classes. Like I've told the students before, okay, math, how many of you enjoy math class? And of course, not a lot of them raise their hands. They're not a huge fan of math. And I tell them, well, okay, you don't like math, but are you learning to think differently about certain questions or certain assignments? Like, is it using you to train your brain to think logistically or trying to find the pattern of events or certain processing and those kind of skill sets? Or maybe if nothing else, finding the answer from other materials or other resources.
A big part of the STAR quality is a big part of the becoming curriculum and self-awareness is realizing that your experience in the world is different from other people's experiences in the world. So taking the kids to homeless shelters, a lot of times we would do Mary's Place where they would be working with the children and doing tutoring. And a handful of other places where our students weren't familiar with people that had these different backgrounds.
The students really start to gain perception and perspective in regards to how to hold each other accountable. And, you know, when they hear things, when they see things, they're not afraid to speak up or out about what's happening. And for me at the high school level, it really is the students taking their leadership and bringing it to or modeling it to the new classes that come in or to new students that come in.
We've been able to push this back into our middle school all the way to grade 6 for the last 3 or 4 years. And now that we've expanded down to kindergarten, we're 1 year in, we're in our second year of an elementary program. We have taken some of the core skills and language around that and made that part of our elementary programming as well. And the whole ultimate goal of this is that if we do this well enough and do it correctly, we're going to have to change the program because those gaps that we were trying to fill earlier are now filled.